So, this is Miraculous Mondays, a series of short videos, short discussions on the topics of practice management and medical legal ethics, whichever is the flavor of the day. So, today is Monday, 23rd May. I'm late by 5-10 minutes, but that's okay because usually some good things do take time. So, today's episode number 21. Let's begin. As usual, all my presentations will always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty who's given me much more than what I deserve. And of course, this is my brief CV. You all are aware of it by now. And I believe it gives me a little bit authority of, you can say, sharing a few things with you. So today's topic is making a good first impression. Is actually the first impression in a dental clinic very important? Are we really, or we should we really be bothered about it? Let's dissect this area a little bit briefly in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So, first impression in the clinic, is it important? Should we value it? The debate begins. So, let us see what all parameters are involved in this. A few of the journal parameters is how does the triage happen, especially in the post COVID or the during COVID era, I would say. How is the patient scheduling done? What is the waiting period? When the patient comes into the practice, what is the ambience of the clinic? How smelly it is? Not in a wrong sense, but we have medicines, we have solutions which smell bad, which maybe we have may have been used to it, but how does the patient perceive that? Aroma is a very important, you can say, component of the clinic. Then your decor, your clinic furniture, your blinds, your curtains, your magazine stands, your shoe stands, your corners of the clinic having dust, your shelves, or your sitting area. If you don't have the sofas, you have the furniture in the form of chairs, any tables. So all those things are going to make a lot of difference in what the patient perceives as a first impression of your clinic before he or she even meets you. Some dentists are fond of making the patient wait even if they are sitting free. They'll say नहीं थोड़ा सा wait करवाओ patient को भाव ज़्यादा बढ़ता है. I don't buy that mindset. Of course, in these days, most of us are importantly discussing so many things that we want the patient to be rushed in immediately. Yes, of course, the suitability is there. The patients have this notion of time as money, and we also do have it. But the point that pertinently comes to the patient mind that if I've taken the appointment, then why I am made to wait? Nobody wants to wait. Nobody minds waiting up to 5 minutes, maybe 5-7 minutes. But anything beyond that becomes cumbersome because nobody likes to waste time. So let's begin today's topic discussing a few little things in this. So we, uh, as dentists, of course, we have been providing patient service which rely majorly on good first impressions. When the patient does enter our clinic, he or she makes his judgments about the service. Of course, what is the appearance of the clinic, what is the posture, what is the grooming, what is the courtesy of the staff, and of course the clinic outlook. And these are again silent pointers. I've time and again told that satisfaction is equal to perception minus expectation, the formula given by the great Harvard professor David Masler, which he calls as the first law of service. So in those factors, when we consider the importance of all these parts, the perception that is being formed is formed by the treatment done SAB or WSAB. But in this case, we have not even reached the stage of the treatment. The patient is yet to see the dentist. He has seen the internal marketing part. How does the decor look like? How does the clinic smell like? What is the appearance of the staff? How courteous is the staff? How quickly he was acknowledged? How comfortable he was made? Was he offered any tea or coffee? Was he, you can say, offered any magazines to read? Any TV channels on display? Any patient education on display? There can be so many factors which are a part of it. But then we sometimes ignore it. We ignore it and we say पेशेंट को ट्रीटमेंट से मतलब होना चाहिए, उसको क्या मतलब है ये इन चीजों से, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, पेशेंट को सिर्फ सस्ते से मतलब है, he only wants the price. All these things are misnomer. First impression plays a very, very important role because it colors the patient's perception, and perception is very important. The dentist was very good, but the clinic was not neat and clean. It's sometimes the patient's immediate words on coming back and discussing with his or her spouse. I was referred over there. Doctor was cordial. He offered me a good plan, but I'm not sure whether I'm willing to risk my health with him. Second part, the staff was not very friendly. They hardly listened to me. They hardly sent my message to the doctor. They hardly even acknowledged me. They were busy in their own stuff. They were moving around in the waiting, just surfing the TV channels and changing channels. They just didn't even make an eye contact. They just didn't even offer me tea, coffee, or water. They just did not update me regarding the time to be taken, as if I did not exist for them in the waiting area. Of course, this happens rarely. I'm just telling you to presume a few situations which can happen. The problem is S is equal to P minus E once the P is formed. If somebody has walked in with a huge amount of expectations, oh my God, I'll be taken a lot care of. The referring guy has told me so many good things about the dentist. But I'm really sorry to say, I'm really sorry to think dentist कैसा भी होगा नहीं होगा, उसका पहला impression तो thumbs down है. I'm not very happy with what I have seen so far. And sometimes, even if the treatment plan is very good, suggested in a good manner, in a affordable or a decent, or I won't call it a cheap, of course, in affordable or a decent price, then even the patient does not convert. And we are looking at only one reason. Only one reason. यार मैंने कहीं रेट ज्यादा तो नहीं दे दिया, वो बाजू वाले ने 100-200 कम दिया होगा. Our own perception is also colored. पेशेंट की तो छोड़ो, हमारी अपनी कलर्ड हो जाती है, बिकॉज वो माइंड जो है ना वो सारा दिन प्राइस के आसपास घूमता है. इफ नॉट फॉर ऑल, एटलीस्ट फॉर 70-80% डेंटिस्ट. पता नहीं कब ये चीज दिमाग से निकलेगी, बट देन इट हैज टू गेट आउट. इफ यू वांट टू ग्रो, you have to tear out these things from your mind. And trust me, if people ask me this question, so does clinic decor really matter in the clinic, you can say in the treatment plan? The clinic decor matters along with the waiting time, along with the staff behavior, along with the courtesy, along with all the factors that I've just mentioned in the previous 7-8 minutes. All these factors collectively play a role and not one factor. I always keep on saying this line since now 6 years now. ऐसे भी and वैसे भी treatment किया, ऐसे भी and वैसे भी. Sometimes we get only a one chance, and that can be a friendly smile. Of course, let's presume covered those internal marketing factors. Now we come to the second stage. Your internal marketing is good, your clinic is neat and clean, perfectly all right, all in sync, all in, your staff is well groomed, they have taken care of the patient. Now the second scenario, the second situation, it is the time for you to meet the patient. Now maybe अब पेशेंट का परसेप्शन अभी तक तो बहुत बढ़िया है, क्लिनिक साफ सुथरा है, स्टाफ ने आके तरीके से बताया कि डॉक्टर साहब को थोड़ा सा टाइम लग जाएगा, 5-7 मिनट, नेवर माइंड, कई बार प्रोसीजर ही ऐसा हो जाता है टाइम. दे कन्वेड मी, अच्छा है मेरे को पता लग गया, तो मैं उतनी देर में अपना एक मैसेज बना के लिखना था अपने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में, मैं वो लिख लेती हूँ. मैंने अपनी टीम को इन्फॉर्म करना था, मैं वो कर लेती हूँ. मैंने अपनी फैमिली को कहना था, मैंने अपनी ग्रॉसरी लिस्ट बनानी थी, blah 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 blah. If you tell what is being done, the patient has 5 and 10, 5 minutes, whatever time, the patient can plan an activity. Of course, it should not be कि आप बैठिए प्लीज 70 मिनट लगेंगे, 70 मिनट लगेंगे तो चक्र इंडिया देख के आ जाऊं. तो it is like that only in that regard. So 70 minutes is a wrong waiting time, of course. 5, 10, max 15, of course, if the procedure is such. Then you need to know yourself how much procedure your time you are taking to perform a surgery. So because those things will make a lot of difference otherwise. How much procedure? So sometimes when the patient meets you, greets you, the first factor is thumbs up. Now the time to meet you, the patient. A friendly smile, neat and clean clinic inside, I mean the operatory area, and a meaningful consultation. The same plan was suggested by another doctor, but this doctor suggested me a good plan. I'll tell you the example. One of my close friends' wife had to undergo a procedure for, you can say, having a second pregnancy. So they were given a reference. They went there and outside their town, and they were advised laparoscopy, and they were told the reason that yes, there are some adhesions at the entry of the fallopian tube. That is the reason the egg is not being fertilized. So we'll remove those adhesions. Now they had that X-ray or the whatever the filming, what was done, the imaging that was done. So of course, anything surgical, everybody wants to take a second, third opinion. They came back from that town, impressed with the doctor, but still wanted to take a second opinion. They went to the second gynac, who said, yes, looking at the image, that laparoscopy would be needed. डॉक्टर क्यों, कैसे, किस तरह? देखिए, हम डॉक्टर हैं, हम लोगों को बेटर पता है, हम कर लेंगे, डोंट वरी. आपको सिर्फ हमारे पे भरोसा करना है. उतना तो कर सकते हैं ना आप, करेंगे ना, आप यहाँ पे आए तो भरोसा करेंगे ना. We try to convince the patient in this manner. They went to the third doctor, who was a little more friendly than the doctor too, the gynac too. Said, laparoscopy करनी पड़ेगी. Of course, I am believing all of them were competent. Of course, that is the reason they told the same suggested treatment plan. Laparoscopy करनी पड़ेगी. डॉक्टर क्यों करना? देखिए, मेडिकल साइंस बड़ी इवॉल्विंग साइंस है, इसको खोल के देखना पड़ेगा कि अंदर क्या है. लाइक ये गाड़ी का इंजन है, खोल के देखोगे अंदर क्या है. So what was the difference? The difference was a meaningful consultation. The first doctor immediately told, this is the reason, that is we are going to attempt. And the end result, the adhesions will be cleared, the path will be clear, the egg will be fertilized, and the next process of pregnancy may begin. They already had one child, of course. So this is the situation we have to presume, that once you are consulting the patient, you need to have the answer for the patient's why, and it should be a genuine one. I always say the consultation has to be verified. अगला गूगल करके भी देख ले, उसको आंसर वही मिले. That should be your hold over your own domain skill, and that is what matters, even in a first impression or a first consultation. If you're not doing a meaningful consultation, of course, all will come flat. वो जो thumbs up था, वो thumb ऐसे हुआ, ultimately घर जाते जाते सब कुछ ठीक था डॉक्टर का, क्लिनिक साफ सुथरा, स्टाफ ठीक था, डॉक्टर ने बात ठीक से करी, लेकिन उसने मुझे बताया नहीं कि प्रोसीजर करना क्यों है. मैं गूगल कर चुका हूं. Sorry, power outage here. Luckily, we are having good days in Punjab since 2 days, 3 days. Hailstorm, sandstorm, and of course, a good amount of rain as well since yesterday. So never mind, the backup would be on very soon. So डॉक्टर ने मुझे बताया नहीं है कि करना क्यों है. मैं गूगल कर चुकी हूँ इसके बारे में, मुझे आंसर तो पता लगे. जो आंसर उसने बताया वो मेरे लिए it's not very valid. Now, this is where the first impression makes a difference. Coming back to the factor one, situation one scenario, even the staff, when they are in the scenario two as well. If the patient see our staff dressed in stained, torn uniform, they'll jump to the conclusion staff is sloppy. If they didn't greet or meet them properly in the operatory, they may get a feeling that इनके लिए customer service is not a priority. Of course, it is a faulty perception, but then the patient service needs to be handy in that regard. So, of course, the clinic decor also plays a big role. in creating a good first permanent impression or the first happy impression for the patient. Dirty corners, untidy operatory, broken tile corners on the clinic floor, less than clean washrooms, all of these can create a negative impression. And of course, that spills on to the feedback given by the patient. Even if the actual treatment outcomes may have been more than satisfactory. Doctor, अब ये stage ऐसी है when the treatment has been done. The patient was rushed into the operating. The patient did not get a chance to watch the clinic interiors. So this is where the patient rushed, treatment plan accepted, treatment done. During the treatment, the patient started observing. काम तो चलो जो किया है अच्छा किया होगा, वो तो जब यूज करेंगे पता लगेगा. बट क्लिनिक साफ सुथरा नहीं था. पहले मेरे को दिखा नहीं, पहले मेरे को पता लगा नहीं. Even some people are bad observers in the first stage. बट अब करवा लिया, मैं अगला कोई ट्रीटमेंट नहीं कराऊंगा. The referral stops there. Their own family chain stops there. And we are wondering, गलती से लगता है पैसे ज्यादा ले लिए, फिर हमारी सोच वहीं जाती है पैसे की तरफ. So there are a few factors, of course, making a great impression: smile, dress well, focus on the first 5 seconds. These are a few things. So what all we can do on priority to create a good first impression of our clinic? Of course, keeping the clinic area tidy, greeting the patients, not you, by the staff as soon as they enter, because they are coming first in the waiting area. So making eye contact and smiling at the patients when in waiting area, you yourself acknowledge the patient. Okay. When they might have to wait for, I'm sorry, running a little late. Please don't mind. Please give me a little time. Just peep into the operatory and just say it calmly with you can say a little smile and an eye gesture. If an eye gesture can do a lot of things. I can presume that you're having a mask on, so the patient may not be observing your smile. So the best thing is to communicate with your eyes. And hips ka to pata nahi, but eyes don't lie. Of course, staff uniforms, if you are indulging. If they are not wearing any uniform, at least the apron they are wearing should be spotless, clean. Erect posture, alert manner. क्या आप ढीले ढीले काम करते हो? थोड़ा चुस्ती फुर्ती रखो. सुबह का टाइम है, अभी तो दिन शुरू हुआ है. शाम तक क्या हाल होगा आपका? Is sometimes the word used by the patient. Smile when the patient comes in. Of course, you have your mask down for a second or so before you start observing, before you acknowledge the patient. The smile is the most powerful non-verbal communication. It welcomes people, makes them feel at ease. And of course, it suggests that we don't have bad feelings about them. We are willing to listen. And that is what is required. That is what is actually required. We have to be a good listener in our clinic for the consultation, for the patient symptoms. So many times I've told also, India में 90% patients की यही complaint है, डॉक्टर ने मेरी बात ठीक से सुनी भी नहीं. अरे ठंडा पानी पीने से रिलीफ मिलता है. You know what it is. Let the patient blurt it out. The patient starts speaking. हाँ ठीक है मैं समझ गया. तो दवाई खाओ, आप 2 दिन बाद आना, ये ट्रीटमेंट कर दूंगा. That is the way sometimes consultations happen. Consent तो बहुत दूर की बात रह गई है. Consultation इस तरीके होती है. I have a whole book written on consultation for some reason. Of course, due to the publication lock-in issues, I've not been able to make it available in India. It is available in Europe on Amazon.com. But very soon that lock-in would be lifted in a couple of months, and then we should have no issues. Of course, it taught me a lesson also to not work with an international publisher on his terms. Never mind. So we don't even value the first consultation. The smile is one thing that acknowledges. गलत नोट में लेना स्माइल बहुत कम चीज होती है, स्पेशली इन प्रोफेशनल वर्क स्पेस. किसी बस स्टैंड पे, किसी पब्लिक स्पेस पे किसी को देख के स्माइल करोगे तो वो गलत तरीके ली जाएगी. इन योर क्लिनिक, इन योर प्रोफेशनल स्पेस और इन एनी वर्क स्पेस, नॉट इन योर क्लिनिक, एनी प्रोफेशनल वर्क स्पेस, A smile is a gesture of thumbs up. See how the things have changed. 20 years back, or more than 20 years back, I was in college. Somebody got upset with someone. He said, "Tapaw," like this, and showed him a thumb. And now this thumb has become the new loved logo. मेरे likes बहुत कम है, मेरे love बहुत कम है. We all look out for those thumbs ups. Time change. हर एक का time आता है. ठेंगा like बन गया. This is the way. Zero became a appreciation sign. This used to be zero also at one point of time. Of course, it was used in appreciation sense, but this now is used as a appreciation more. Calling the patient by their name, first name or the surname, adding the salutation along with Mrs. Arora, Mrs. Ahuja, Mrs. Gotham, or whatever you want to name, whatever it is. Greeting name is always appreciated because this will show that you have made the effort to remember who they are and you acknowledge their existence. An identity crisis is the biggest thing for anyone. मैं पेशेंट को 2 लाख रुपए देके पहले काम करवा चुकी हूँ ही उसको मेरा नाम तक नहीं याद है. आपने कुछ करवाया था मेरे से, ऐसे बात की उसने मेरे से. Now this patient is coming after 2 years. For maybe you have made some changes in the clinic, उसके लिए भी थोड़ा सा first impression होगा. Because many times patients say this thing. डॉक्टर जब पहले आपसे काम करवाया था आप कुछ और थे, अब आप बदल गए हो. नहीं, मेरी अभी भी 206 हड्डियां ही हैं, मेरे अभी भी उतने ही टिश्यूज हैं, थोड़े बाल सफेद हो गए, बाकी तो मैं वैसा का वैसे ही. नहीं डॉक्टर आपका मैनरिज्म बहुत बदल गया है. If somebody says it, you have to acknowledge that it is in the negative sense. Of course, you don't need to react to it. You need to go deep within. So first impression, is it positive or negative? It takes only 7 seconds sorry, to make a first impression after meeting someone. Clothing and appearance. Clothing must be clean, pressed, fit properly. A professional space requires a professional clothing. Of course, no detail is too small to overlook in a professional space. Hygiene, good grooming habits, strong odors, as I mentioned about the aroma part in the clinic, including cologne and perfumes or whatever the aroma of the clinic otherwise. The body language, be aware of the posture, head movement, facial expressions, and eye contact. Posture, hand movements, facial expressions, and eye contact. These are all signs of attention. When the patient is telling you certain things, he needs attention. He has come to you to seek your attention. He has come to you to seek your acknowledgement for his problems. And of course, offering a solution also. So the carry home Gyaan for today. The first impression is established from the first moment of contact and dictates the total quality of overall experience. As professionals, we sometimes have less time. Sometimes we don't or can't devote that much amount of time, which is a problem. We have huge rush, उसके साथ stress, उसके बाद incompleted work, कोई टेंशन लैब से आ गई, सर काम 12 बजे बोला था, आज 12 बजे नहीं आएगा, शाम को आएगा 4 बजे. And you suddenly realize you have a surgery planned up at 4 o'clock. Now you have to juggle your schedule. In between 2 consultations are lined up. स्टाफ ने बोल दिया मेरे घर में मेरी ये whatever relative is not well, maybe mother, father, whatever. I'm leaving after lunch. I'm not coming after lunch. You are like 4 बजे सर्जरी प्लान करी, लैब का भी वही आएगा, इसने भी नहीं आना, अब दूसरे को अकेले से क्या करवाऊंगा दूसरे असिस्टेंट से. Suddenly get in the stress mode. And जो वेटिंग में बैठा होता बेचारा, I will call him बेचारा, him or her बेचारा, उसको भुगतना पड़ता है सारा गुस्सा. That is the problem. So what do? Rush into the operatory. Your mind is focusing on the immediate firefighting that has consumed your mind. Firefighting, शाम के पेशेंट को मूव करूं ना करूं, कैंसिल करूं, सुबह वाले को इन्फॉर्म करूं, पता नहीं मेट्रोपॉलिटन डेंटिस्ट हैव अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम. उनका पेशेंट 1.5 घंटा पहले घर से चल चुका होता है, लैब का फोन आधा घंटा पहले आया, वो अपनी ट्रेन बदल के पहुंच चुकने में वाला होगा, उसको बोलो वापस जाओ, वो 1 घंटा लेके वापस जाएगा. All those sorts of troubles. Of course, management, not management, again, that is a topic for some another day. What I'm telling you is these things can cloud our first impression sitting with the patient. So nothing relaxes a person better than warm smile. First smile yourself. First be happy yourself. Then only you can make others happy. If you are too stressed out, ठीक हो ठीक हो ठीक हो ठीक हो, अंदर से आपकी हालत बुरी है, तो क्या करोगे? You can't smile even. So when you combine it with a direct eye contact, of course, it indicates a sincere welcome and a willingness to help resolve their problem. The patient has come in because he or she has a problem. आपको मिठाई का डब्बा नहीं देने आया. Yes, that also does happen. But majority of the time, 99.9% of the time, he has come for a problem. He needs attention. आपका मूड खराब है, आपका सिस्टम बिगड़ गया, उससे उसकी कोई गलती तो नहीं है ना. आपने उसको 12 o'clock बुलाया था, वो बेचारा 11:50-55 पे आ गया, उसकी क्या गलती है? आपका सारा कुछ चेंज हो गया अगर शेड्यूल में, तो why do we, you can say, transfer our brunt of someone onto someone in the patient? Ultimately वो patient शायद is a big ticket case, who knows, शायद 3 जगह से सट के आया है, उसने किसी से रेफरेंस लिया कि मेरे को यार 3 जगह मैं पूछ चुका हूँ, आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, मेरे को कोई अच्छा डॉक्टर बताओ. somebody has sent me, उसने अपॉइंटमेंट लिया और उसके बाद आके वो आपसे कंसल्टेशन करने आया, और आपके यहाँ बवाल पहले मच चुका है. जैसे आपने भी भेजा था, डॉक्टर अच्छा नहीं था, 4 हो गए हिट लिस्ट में मेरी, खराब है. अब वो किसी और को पूछेगा, 5वां बताओ जी. someone who stays in a good mood. And if you have made your patients wait longer than what they normally do, then you ought to apologize, ought to ask for a sorry for them. Sorry is an abused word in India, of course, not in the professional space, but surely in the personal space. चलो बेटा तुमने गलती की, सॉरी बोलो दीदी को, सॉरी बोलो भैया को, सॉरी. चलो अगले दिन फिर से वही होता है. In a personal space, that is abused one. Abused one. Of course, in a professional space, when you say sorry, you genuinely mean it sometimes, and the patients do realize that. And of course, it diffuses all the issue कि किसकी गलती थी किसकी नहीं थी. मैं तो आ गया, आपने 12 बुलाया, मैं तो 11:50-55 आ गया, आपने 12:15 देखा, मेरे को आधा घंटा वेट करना पड़ा. अब आप 10 मिनट पहले क्यों आए? अगर वो 10 मिनट लेट आता और बोलता मैं ट्रैफिक में फंस गया, फाटक बंद था, व्हाटएवर, तब आपको कैसा लगता? आपने मेरा टाइम वेस्ट कर दिया. Hardly the patient can walk in dot on time. You have to understand that part. So accordingly, your scheduling should be such 5 to 10 minute margin either side you should keep. It happens. It is normal. It is practical. Perfectionism की कोशिश मत कीजिए. Perfectionist आमिर खान भी नहीं है. If he was perfect, he wouldn't have had Mela and Thugs of Hindustan. So, what were we discussing? We're discussing first impression in the clinic. We get 5 seconds, 7 seconds sometimes, and of course, the patient makes a perception. That is when the patient meets you. Before that, he makes a cloud of perception on the clinic ambience. So, is it important? Yes, surely. I gave you the separated phases for it. When the patient is in waiting, or when the patient meets you, or when both of these things happen together, or sometimes it happens later. Should we value it? Yes, hell yes. It does matter. Sometimes you don't get a second chance. And of course, the debate begins. It is open for you for discussion to this beautiful topic. So I hope I have put your mind in a critical thinking mode. Adapt yourself. And if I have disturbed you a little bit, then my favorite ashram, Japnam, Japnam. Thank you so much for patient hearing. So most of you know that I'm running WhatsApp groups. So you all are in there usually where I announce these workshops, these sessions. So the sixth group is about to be filled. So if you have any friends and colleagues you want to refer to, you can refer it, because I'm going to close it down after the sixth one, because it becomes a lot easier for me to keep a session in one and then forward it to five, because otherwise there is no point. So if you forget the link, go to YouTube and search. Sorry, this is my YouTube channel by my name only, Dr. Bhavdeep. If you forget the link, go to YouTube and search Dr. Bhavdeep Ahuja. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. As on 15th May, I have 470 plus videos already there. So this channel started a little less than 2 years back on 1st of June. Somebody in my paid group, previous paid group, mentioned today. So this is the power of compounding of certain things which started in our own eye, which started in front of our own eyes. So yes, I was very amused by the observation. Yes, it is. So never it happened that I did 10 videos in a day. Yes, it was a day last June when I made 15 videos and uploaded on my dad's second death anniversary. I did that. Small little videos of 5 minutes each on mutual fund series, a topic which is close to his heart on his day. So occasionally, the exceptions aside, otherwise I've done maximum, rarely 2 videos, otherwise 1 video in a day. So all those are there on the YouTube. This is a complete library of practice management and medical legal ethics and finance. If anybody wants to touch any of the basic topics, everything would be there, because it has been so thoroughly structured. You may not find it, but it is everyone there, because I have designed the sequence, so I know everything is there, every topic is there. So do send me your feedback on my phone, on my page, on YouTube, wherever you're watching it. Bookage and brickbats both could be welcome in equal measure. So thank you so much, and I stop my share for questions or acknowledging the visitors on my page. So hello, Dr. Ramchandra sir. Hello, Dr. Sonia. Hello, Dr. Parul. Hello, Dr. Gaurav. Hello, Dr. Raghu. T. Raghu. Thank you, Dr. Sonia. Hello, Dr. Nisha Sinha. So I hope this session was some value addition to all of you. And if it was, surely do let me know. Because small little things, these are the things that are going to make a difference in our life, in our practice life, I would say. Because otherwise, we are so busy in our daily life that we hardly find time to even look at the things that can matter for us. So thank you, Dr. Mayur. Thank you, Dr. Ramchandra. Hello, Dr. Salima. So if you find it valuable, do share your comments, feedback wherever you want to in my WhatsApp community as well. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care. And I see you on Thursday for episode number 21 and next Monday for episode number 22 of the Miraculous Mondays. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great week ahead.